going on, guys? Welcome back to another live stream here. I just wanted to pop on and kind of talk to y'all um, for a little bit. Um, you guys see, I got my shades on. I'm ready for this. You know what I mean? You got to look cool, man, in this. So I'm gonna wait for some people to come in here. Um, it looks like somebody is watching already. Um, so yeah, we could talk about anything. Like I said, Halloween Ends, Scream 6, um, whatever. Um, but wait for some people to get in here. I'm pretty sure somebody, like I said, will come in a little late, but that's all right. But man, man, I'm excited, man, for Halloween Ends. I'm excited for Scream 6. I'm excited for all of it, man. Really. I think Scream 6. I think I can't like I can't really wait for I think I'm more excited a little more excited for Scream 6 to be honest cuz Scream 6 is just a little I don't know. It seems like it's the most anticipated franchise so like I said just kind of talking to myself here cuz nobody's in the chat yet. So but so we've been getting a lot of news lately, a lot of suspicious stuff. Excuse me. Um, going on. People think that Gail's gonna die in the this next Scream movie because I guess she had like a goodbye tour. Like she had some kind of like marketing video of her watching, getting people hyped or whatever, kind of like what David Arquette did for Scream 5. Um, I guess Courtney Cox did that too. There's a video her like marketing the movie, um, kind of hyping people up, and people don't know what that means. Does that mean she dies? Does that mean that she uh that she's basically saying goodbye? I have no idea, but it's very, 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 very interesting. Like David Arquette actually had a David Arquette had that same thing. He had a goodbye tour and all that, and he ended up dying, and he ended up dying in Scream 5. So, and I kind of knew that he was gonna die anyway. I kind of knew he was. It was kind of predictable, to be honest. But um, so yeah, it's very, very interesting. Like I never ruled out the possibility of like Gail like dying necessarily. Um, I never ruled that out at all. Actually, I think that she will possibly she could die. Um, given the fact, like I said, that could be just for like just to hype the movie up and stuff. But who really knows? Who really knows? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that people could do. A lot of stuff that people do. And to make it look like well, I'm saying goodbye. So anything's really possible at this point. You know, but man, all I gotta say is that I'm excited for this film. You know, I'm excited to see what Radio Silence can do. Um. Oh. What's up, Coop? How's it going, man? Yeah, I just went. I just had to put the shades on. You know what I mean? Like, I just thought I'd put the shades on for this live stream. How you doing, man? I'm glad you're here, man. Thank you for the support. Um, but yeah, I'm excited for Scream Six. Um, I'm really excited for to see like what Radio Silence could do, and like I said, and really excited to see what's gonna, you know, like what's gonna happen. There's a lot of worry. Like I said, I got a lot of concerns as well. Um, I think that the movie is gonna be like a copy of Scream Five in some ways, and it's gonna be basically like Scream Five, no chase scenes, no creativeness, and I just hope that's not the case. I hope they add chase scenes. That we got to get back to those. Like, I'm good. What about you? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really good. I'm glad you're here. By the way, like I said, thank you for the support. I'm doing really good. I just thought I would go live, for like a couple hours at least. Um, so we kind of hang out and kind of talk. Ask me anything, man. You know. Um, so I mean, I'm just really, really, really fearful about. Um, I'm really fearful for Scream Six in some ways. Like I said about with the whole Nev thing, she's gone now, which I said many times we have to move off of her. Um, we have to move off of her. So I think it's the right move. Honestly, if I'm being honest, um, Coop says, "No problem, bro. I'm glad you're doing good. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing well as well. Like, I'm do, you know, I'm. I just thought I'd go live and, like I said, we could talk about anything you want, man. We could talk about Halloween, like I said. You know, feel free to ask me like anything. You know, this is what this stream's about. This is what live streaming is about. Ask me anything. Talk about stuff like you know, whatever you want to talk about. Halloween ends. Scream Six, whatever. I'm down. Feel free, man. Honestly, I'd be fine if they offered Sid. Just my opinion, though, but it has to be the way that it's done, right? Right? Yeah, I kind of see what you're saying. Like, I kind of understand. I kind of understand what you mean. Like, like because if they're setting up like Stu to return, I'm not saying that Stu can't return like without Sydney. I'm just saying um, it would be kind of cool to have Sydney be the one to kill him. You know what I mean? It would kind of like fit a little better for Sydney to be the one to end him ultimately. So I kind of get what you're saying. Like, yeah, like it would be cool if they just, offered her, you know, a deal and that she accepted or something. Like, you know, I, I really, I hope that's the case. Like for Scream Seven, but I guess we'll have to see and find out. What happens. Like, you know, um, but at this point, I just feel like Sydney Nev Campbell is done. You know, I feel like she's that was her last film. Personally, Scream Five possibly was her last film, and she just felt wronged. In the end. So I don't know if she could work things out or not. It's very possible that she could. I'm not ruling out the possibility. I'm just saying, like, I just don't think that she's gonna come back. Uh, I don't think she's gonna be like, well, get offered a deal and then still come back. I don't think she would because first of all, she like I said, she felt wronged. You know, she didn't. Didn't get paid enough. So I would be very upset too and not want to. Come back if the studio wasn't paying me for what I'm worth. You know what I mean? Like so. Saturday is going to be a scary day for me. Oh, really? What are you doing on Saturday? What do you going ghost hunting or something? Yeah, man. Like I said, Coop, what are you doing on Saturday? You're going ghost hunting or something, or you? This should explain it. Oh, you're going to Oh, you're flying. Are you going somewhere? Are you going on vacation or something? Like, cause you put a plane out there. um, I'm assuming that you're afraid of heights. Man, hopefully some more people come in. But yeah, man, Scream Scream 6 should be pretty good. Um excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. It's always been a fear of my sorry about that, man. A lot of people just have a lot of fears, I guess. Um I had a lot of fears, you know, roller coasters like when I was younger and all that, and I was just afraid of like heights. And but now kind of used to it. But yeah, I get it, man. It does get a little scary, especially when you're in the air because you don't know what's gonna happen. You know, kind of get a little fearful. But man, dude, I wonder if more people are gonna come in because I'm really, 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 really looking forward to having some more people come in. At least a few more people, at least. Um, I'm pretty sure somebody will come in here. Um, I'm excited for um I'm just excited ultimately for what Radio Silence like I said could do with Nev, not Nev, with the movie without Nev. It's gonna should be pretty good, you know. Should be pretty good. Um, so what do you want to talk about, Coop? Like I said, we could talk about absolutely anything you want, man. Like, feel free, you know, to ask me, ask me absolutely like anything. Like, Sorry, I had to reset my computer. Oh, you're all good. You're all good, man. Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for some more people can come in here. Pretty sure somebody, like I said, will appear. Um, who do you think will be Ghostface in Scream 6? You know, that's a really good question, actually. Um, I have a feeling that it might be Samara Weaving, possibly, but I also think it's a possibility that it could be also like Mindy or something as well. Like, I think that Mindy possibly could be like a killer, because obviously in Scream 5, she was pretty, suspicious. I think that she could possibly be like a killer, and maybe shock us. Maybe she dies, like I said, like a fake death or something, and she appears in the end and ends up being one of the killers. You know, so I think Mindy possibly could be. Um, I think Chad could be. Everybody's a suspect, man. It's hard to really tell, but I wouldn't really, rule out, the whole like Mindy thing, like, and Samara Weaving as well. Like, Coop says, yeah, in my opinion, both twins die. Hey, man, it's a possibility. You know, I think it's a possibility that both die. But what if? What if one of them got away? Like I said, like one, like Mindy, like what's it say, Mindy or something didn't actually die. Kind of like a fake death, Like, I think it's very possible, you know. Chad, in my opinion, it's pretty obvious. Hey, man, like I said, you never know. It could either be Mindy, it could be Chad. It's a very possible. It's a very possible. It's a possibility that, because I know that Chad's kind of like he's kind of like a Dewey. He's kind of like a Dewey character in some ways, and he um he is like a Dewey character in some way. Like I said, he's similar. He's got similarities, but I guess you never say never. About you know the Scream franchise, what it does. You know what I mean? He could definitely, most definitely, be the killer. It's a Dewey situation. Talking about death, by the way. Hey, if Chad does die, he can't. It can't be lame. All right, like Dewey's death was so lame, so lame. I don't even understand why they did that, like the way they did. The fact that Dewey, the way he went back, that just made me mad because like, man, he's so much smarter than that, so much smarter than that, and he just dies, like he just dies like in some like stupid way. He didn't even have to go back if he knew, he Tara Tara and Sam were already safe, so therefore he didn't have to go back. You know what I mean? So that's just my opinion. If Dewey were to die, I would have preferred him getting his limbs getting cut off. Oh, well. Hey, I kind of agree, you know. Um, but I would have rather have him die like sacrificing his life for Gale, as I said, because it would have made a lot more sense personally, to have him die saving Gale. Um, it just would have made the most sense. It would have made the most sense. It would have meant more. It didn't really mean nothing. It didn't really mean nothing when he went back. When he didn't have to. That didn't mean nothing. So it would have meant something if you just you know saved Gale as opposed to going back, getting distracted by a phone and all. Like, come on, man. Like, it would have it would have just felt better, that way. Poo he probably should have known that the killers would have died anyways. Yeah, yeah, for sure. For real. Facts, facts. I agree with you on that for sure. Like, the problem, like I said, I didn't have a problem with Dewey dying, as I said. I just had a problem with him going back the way he did. That's probably like the ultimate problem that I had, was him like going back, because he's smarter. He's smarter than that. He ain't gonna forget that. That you got to shoot him in the head. Like, he was just being impatient. Yeah. Yes, he was. Like I said, he didn't have to go back. You know, there's just no reason for it. Like I said, for in Scream 3, though he told Sydney to shoot Roman in the head, or though Sydney was telling him to shoot Roman in the head many times, he still shot Roman in the head. So therefore, he should have known. Basically, he would have known already how to shoot somebody in the head, and not wait and say, well, oh, when I had the chance, I'm just gonna walk back to the elevator and then turn around and then say, oh, I just remembered I have to shoot him in the head. Like, nah, he just he just wouldn't have did that. Like, I'm just sorry, he just would never did that. Like, he's more mature now. Like, he's not gonna fall for that. I'm sorry, bro. Like, bro, we need Ghostface versus Ghostface versus Ghostface. Hey, that could work. Like I said, the MTV Ghostface, versus the original or something. That would be pretty cool. Sorry, man. I was just trying to put some music on, but I'll probably just keep music off just because. Um, But yeah, man, I'm really, 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 really just excited for all around the Scream 5 film, or not Scream 5, Scream 6. Um, Trying to think of something to say. Oh, that's fine, man. Yeah, like I said, feel free to take your time. You have a question to ask? Anything? You know, hey, man. But man, dude, trying to wait for some more people to come in. Like, I wonder if we'll get anybody else. He said, by the way, I'm going to try to go soon so I can sleep. But I'll try to stick around for a while. Hey man, feel free to do whatever, man. I'm not forcing you to stay. If you feel tired right now, you can go to sleep, man, if you want. Like, you don't have to stay here. I just thought it would be nice, hopefully more people come in. Uh, like I said, like that one night, it was pretty. I think it was actually last night. Pretty fun. Anywho, prediction prediction for Halloween ends. You know, my prediction for Halloween ends is obviously that Laurie's gonna die. Uh, I think Michael will live. Personally, I think that Michael will definitely live. Um, I just don't see the point of why they would kill Michael, like in any way like that. I know they could tell a whole new story and all in the future, but like, why would you kill Michael? Like, why would you kill Michael just to, and then later on just bring him back? It is, it just doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't, I just don't see the point at that point. It's just like, if you're gonna kill Michael Myers, do it in the most realistic way to where that, where you can say, oh, he survived that. Like, because in Halloween 2018, I think he got blown up or whatever. Um, I don't remember if he caught on fire or whatever, but it was unrealistic to me because, like, he's kind of a human and he's kind of, um, you know, he's kind of human like us. He's just cursed and doesn't die, somehow. But you mean to tell me, like, his body and all that, it's gonna, like, magically disappear, you know, magically just put, magically just comes back together? Like, his head's gonna come back to his body, like, reattach to his body magically? Like, I don't know, man. It just doesn't. If they do it, I just don't see them doing it. I think that Lori is definitely gonna die for sure, 100%. I'm 100% certain that she will. Because, like I said, Jamie Lee's even stated, you know, that this will be her last Halloween film, um, on Twitter. So what does that mean? Last Halloween film? Well, I think it's the end of Laurie Strode. I think it's the end of Laurie Strode and Michael. That, like, it's the end of the Laurie Strode, like, bloodline. I think, it's start a new chapter. End the old one. End the Laurie Strode story. and start a whole new like chapter, like tell a whole new story. Yeah. Holy moly, she's on. What's up, Blecka? How you doing, man? How are you doing? Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate it. Blecka says Disney is really good at making female characters perfect in every way, leaving no room for growth. For real. Yeah, for real. Facts. Hey, Cooper. Yeah. What's up, Val? How's it going? Thank you for coming on the stream. I really appreciate it. How you doing tonight? No way the Shape and Lori are both going to die in the ends. Exactly. I just don't see it. The only way, the only way that, like, the reason why, like I said, I just think that Lori is just gonna die is because, um, Laurie Strode, or not Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee stated, like I said, that she's gonna, this is gonna be her last film. So what do you do when it's her last film? You kill her. You kill her. You end her. You kill her character off. Like so. That's what I. That's what I basically got out of it, and that's why it's called Halloween Ends. Like I said, it's the end of the Laurie Strode and Michael story. To start a new chapter. Like Coop. Yes. Yeah. Val says, yeah, he is human. Yeah, exactly. Yes, he is. He is human. You know, he's not just supernatural like Jason Blum said. Jason Blum was trying to make it look like he was just supernatural. That was it. But no, he's also human too. Like, what's up, Steven? How's it going, man? I'm glad you caught my stream, man. How you doing tonight? I just thought I'd go live for a little bit, kind of hang out, kind of talk. Like, if I planned on more Halloween movies after this shit, I would kill Michael and Larry. Okay. In what way though? Like, would you have them both die like from like climbing up the radio tower or something, or would you do it in a different way? Like, what way would you do it? Like, if you were a director and you wanted to like kill them both, how would you do it? Like what? Like in what way? Exactly. Look, 13 movies, and then we do we really need more Lori and Michael story? No, that's what I'm saying. Like, we got to move on to the next generation, man. Just like with the whole Scream, just like with the whole Scream, franchise. You know, moving on to the next generation. No more Sydney. You know, it's not about Sydney's not she's not the main focus no more. Same thing is gonna happen. Difference is obviously though that Laura is actually gonna get killed, and you know we got to move on, man. We got to tell a whole new story because the Laura and Michael story has been going on forever, and You can't have it go on forever and ever and ever, you know? You gotta eventually um tell you eventually gotta you gotta tell a whole new story, you know. Whole new story, man. Like finally caught my boy live. Yeah, man. I just thought I would go live for a little bit. Um, I just thought it just popped in my head. I was like, man, I should go live for a little bit, see how it turns out. And here we are, man. Hey, all you guys are here. I'm so happy. I'm so glad that you guys are here. I appreciate you guys. Like seriously, Blugger, we're getting to the point. He says we're getting to the point. Michael will be gay or transgender to have frustration. Right, right. Like he's gonna kill somebody. Like he's gonna kill somebody at age over like when he's over 100. You know, at some point they're gonna have to end the franchise. Because how long is Michael gonna you know be killing? You know, how old is he gonna be until you know how old is he gonna get? He's gonna be like 200 or whatever, and he's still gonna be killing. Like, but you got to keep the franchise going because that's what keeps fans invested. You know, Strode ends. Yes, it's the end of Strode. It's the end of Laurie Strode. I guarantee you, man. I'm going into that theater 100% expecting it. I just know. I just know 100% that it's the end of Laurie Strode. Like, I'm not even against female characters. I just want to see them write these characters as something more than strong female characters. Female character as their identity for. Right. Yeah, I kind of feel you. Seems like everybody, is all about money, sometimes. Um, I just realized Blanca calls me by my full name. Yeah, he does. Yep. Cooper. All righty, Coop. I don't know if you're still here or not, man, but have a good night. Have a good night rest, man. Thank you for coming in, saying hey. I appreciate it. Have a good night's sleep. The shape is a human who was born evil. Yes, exactly. He was cursed. I think he was cursed, and basically, like his parents, um, did like satanic like rituals, I think, on him and all that, and he like became like cursed. I remember. See, it's really hard in this trilogy because we really hate Michael for all we know he could. We really hate Michael. We know he did in 13 films, but in reality, he only did 2 nights of his life while he was in Vietnam, whatever. Yeah, yeah. I get what you mean, man. you know, I totally understand what you're saying. Like, I wouldn't say that we hate first. I wouldn't say that we hate Michael. Excuse me. I wouldn't say that we hate Michael because Michael's, iconic character. He's the franchise. Without him, there would be no Halloween. So the rest of his life, yeah. And they really wrote themselves in a corner. Yes, yes. Because it feels like Michael will be something psychopathic or get anti-heroes. Yeah, and I heard rumors that they're planning on killing him like by the thing, which I can't talk about. Uh, the thing going around. Like I heard he's gonna die from that. Like, and I just hope that's not the case, man. Look, if you're gonna kill Michael, you got to do it in the most reasonable way. But I just don't see him dying. I just don't see it. So ends will be this insane where he is also obsessed and hunting his girlfriend. So ends will be this insane 180 where he's all of a sudden obsessed. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like he's gonna be like 200 years old. Like, how much more longer is he gonna be able to withstand? All that. Like, he's gonna be killing people until he's like 300. Like, he's gonna keep on. He's gonna be like old. But, in all fairness, you had to keep the franchise going, like I said, because you don't keep the franchise going, you lose fans. There's fans of this franchise. There's fans, of like I said, like Scream. So they're gonna keep all that going. They would lose a lot of money if they quit. You know, if they quit making the movies. This doesn't add up. Yeah, exactly. It really doesn't add up. It don't really make any sense. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Val. Yes, I agree with you. Like I'm very, very, very concerned about ends. I feel like they're gonna kill him, in a stupid way if they do kill him. And like I said, I hope he just doesn't die from the thing. Like I said, I can't talk about it, obviously. But you guys know what I'm saying. You guys know what I mean. Like the thing going around right now. Uh, the thing that's been going around for the past like few years. Like, um, people are saying he's gonna die from that, and just no, man. I just don't want that. Like, come on, you got to be creative if you're gonna kill him. Like, you got to be creative. Like, you just can't have that. Don't like the revenge theory. Yeah, I agree with you on that too. And there's another theory that I hate too, and there's a theory that he's gonna have a brother, which that's probably the stupidest theory that I've ever heard because it's like Michael Michael's been doing the killings all by himself in all the other movies, right? So why would you come out of the blue all these years later and just say, "Oh, he's got a brother now"? That don't make any sense. That means there's going to be two Michael Myers. Does that mean his brother is going to be cursed as well, just like him? Like, come on, man. Like, no, I just don't want that. That's stupid. Michael Myers is Michael Myers. He's been doing the killings on his own, like since 1978. So it would be stupid to have for him to have a brother. Like it's a good thing to worry about Val because these modern writers don't really try to hide their or storybook anymore. Exactly. It feels like modern storytelling very much. Yeah, it's modern era, man. Like I said, because look at the title that they, they didn't even really, they weren't really creative with it. Um, they call Halloween, 2018. Then they call Halloween the second one after that, Halloween Kills. Then this next one's gonna be Ends. Like, what are they gonna do? That they're gonna do that with the Friday the 13th. Like, if that comes back, they're just gonna name it. Just not be creative with it. They're just gonna call it Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th, 2024 or something like, or they're not even gonna be create. It's just a part of modern like film writing now. Like this is what we want. Like this is what we want you to know, not fill in the blanks. Yes, exactly. We're all in. We're all-time greats. Like Seven had scenes where they wanted you to use your head so you felt more engaged with the film. Exactly. 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 I feel you on that. Ask Alonzo here thinking it hurts. Like was that from? I don't know. Was that from Training Day? Let's go. I mean, 180 in the sense that 2018 slash kills. He wasn't much of a standard Michael Myers killer, and it ends. He's supposed to revert uh, back to his hunting Strode for revenge or something. Oh, that's just stupid. Like, how long is he gonna hunt for the Strodes? That's what I'm saying. That's why I think Laurie's gonna die. Like, because they're gonna end that. They're gonna end the bloodline thing, and continue a whole new story. And I don't know why you would take away Sister Aspect to bring in a brother aspect. It just feels like this is unplanned film. Exactly. Exactly. It seems like they just planned it like the day of or something. Like a 4 year gap already screams. I didn't think this through. Exactly. Really weird to have a gap. Yes, I agree with that. It really is. Cause what's Michael been doing all this time? How's he been? What has he been doing to survive all this time? You know, you have to explain that in some ways too, right? Like you have to explain like where the hell was he at? Sorry for my language, guys. Tell me where he was at. You know, um, all this time. Like, what was he doing? During this 4 year gap. Like, I guess they needed time. Yes, yeah, it seems like it. It seems like a lot of this stuff was unplanned. Like a lot of this stuff is just that they just, it was just like the day of. They just thought about it the day of or something. Like they didn't even plan it. Like it always feels bad being this negative up until a movie release, but when a movie proves me wrong, then that much more enjoyable. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I hate. being negative too, like before a movie gets released and all. But there's a lot of concern, you know. I'm really concerned. I feel like it's going to be a disappointment in a lot of ways. You know, I just feel like it's going to be a disappointment. It's not going to be as good as the other films. I think 2018, hands down, was way better than Kills. And I just think that ends. I just feel like it's going to be a disappointment. It's going to be less crisp. Just the same old stuff. You know, got a bad feeling, man. We'll see what happens, I guess. They said they wanted to bring the movie into the current year, just weird and unnecessary. Exactly. They said they were gonna bring, the whole thing, their current year into the movie. They said that they were gonna bring the whole, the thing going around, the thing, which, like I said, I can't talk about because I don't want, you know, um, but you know what I mean. The thing going around right now, that's been going around for a long time, for a couple years, and they're adding that to the movie. Like, that's what I heard. And it's kind of unnecessary. You're right, it is. It's so unnecessary because it's like, why would you do a movie based around like the current year that we're in? Like right now. Why not just tell? I don't know, man. It's just weird. It just doesn't. It just doesn't really make any sense. And when it's bad, I don't feel some type of way because I expect it. Exactly. Exactly. Like if I feel like it's going to be disappointing and it ends up being disappointing, well, I just knew all along. Like I just knew that was going to happen. Like just that was going to be disappointment. But like I said, you never say never. It could be a good film. Like it could be a great film for all I know. Depends on, a lot of people think it's going to make more than, kills. It's going to make more than 18. So guess we'll see what happens. Yeah, Val, it is really weird that they felt the need to try to keep it with their current times. Exactly, dude. Like, I don't think that makes, like, any sense. But I mean, maybe if we keep it with current times, they'll believe in Michael. Yeah, for real. Oh, God. Uh, you crack me up, man. That's funny shit. Get to knowing people hearing you. Yeah. With that said, my worry with Scream 6 is the exact opposite. Oh, really? I feel a little concerned with Scream 6 as well because I feel like Scream 6 is going to be just like a copy and paste of Scream 5. Like just no creativeness, no, just less crisp, like just less crisp, no creativeness, just same old stuff. A girl gets killed in the house, by Ghostface, you know. I just feel like it's gonna be uncreative again, just like Scream 5, like the same style. Like I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. It feels like they did have something planned based off of the success of 5. Yeah, they had Scream 6 actually planned all along, I believe. Before even Scream 5 was even before even Scream 5, I believe. They already knew they were going to make a Scream 6 after, like, and then this movie makes good. They're gonna make, they're gonna make a 7. I already know we're gonna have a Scream 7 anyways, but so if Scream 6 was planned before they released 5, that probably means they flooded with the same type of member berries that Scream 5 was loaded with. Yeah, exactly. Because yeah, they had it planned. Like they pre-planned it like before. Like they pre-planned it like before. Like so I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of weird that they just all of a sudden just knew that they were gonna make, they could have just in here and then but for the most part I felt like Scream 6 will be the same type of film that Scream 5 was, but this would be more geared towards fan service instead of for West. Exactly. That's what I feel like too. And I don't have a problem like with a little fan service, but when you go a little too far, like the whole let's just look at the like I know I'm not comparing Star Wars to Scream or nothing, all right? Because they're totally different. But like, just take this for instance. I'm just making an example here, right? Look at how the Emperor returned. How much sense that did not that didn't make. Like that was for pure fan service. Like hands down. Like there's just no way that they just said, "Oh, the Emperor somehow survived." There's just no way. That was just for fan service. Like I think that was just the lamest. Like that was lame. All right, that was lame. So my fear is that this movie's just going to be pure fan service, and that's all we get. Because this movie's not going to be a tribute to us. The last movie was, but now they could tell their own story. Radio Silence could tell their own story. So that means that they could go their own route. Basically, tell their own story. Give us what they do. What they give us what you know they can do. You know what I mean? Like so. Basically, I feel I feel like it's gonna be like Scream 5, but with just fan service as well. I believe it too. I believe that it's gonna be, you know, kind of like I don't know, man. I just feel like it's gonna be the same style as Scream 5. Like I said, no creativeness, no chase scenes. Like, it's just like how can you be a fan of this franchise and not add chase scenes for crying out loud? How can you do that? How can you be a fan of the Scream franchise and not add any chase, like a single chasing? How? Come on, Radio Silence. Like seriously, I'm very, very concerned, man. Like you're getting old. Enjoy things you remember. Exactly. I smoke enough weed to keep me calm enough for these movies. Smoke enough weed. You smoke weed? Wow. You ever had the Usher's flashlight that you and try to answer you? No, never, never. Start making deals with them that you won't smoke in the theater anymore. Oh, that's a lot of weed. Yeah, it is. That's a lot. There's no amount of weed that could prepare me for 7 episodes of that. Lucky, I almost get more than listening to people review than watching it myself, which I'm not having to. Put some drink in there. I okay. Val says I have a feel we're going to get a Scream 2 reboot. Yes, I agree. I totally agree with you. I feel like we're just gonna get a Scream 2 2.0. Like it's just gonna be like a copy and paste, no creativeness. Just you know, they're just gonna mimic Wes Craven and basically rehash all the same scenes from Scream 2. I have a bad feeling about that, and at that point, like I said, they do that. You might as well call it a remake, of Scream 2. I mean, they have to go their own. They have to go their own route. Like they have to. They cannot mimic Wes Craven. There's only one Wes Craven. They cannot do that. Like they have to tell. They have to tell their own story in their own way, and not mimic Wes Craven what he did with Scream 2. Because we already got Scream 2. If I want to watch Scream 2, I have a copy of it. I could just put it in my DVD player like right now and watch it. So we already got a Scream 2. We don't need another Scream 2 2.0. Like, so I totally, totally agree with you. I'm still waiting for a transgender killer in a movie who gets away with it for shortages or which been. Man, that's what I've been saying. Like, I said that like I kind of wanted that for Scream 5. Like before that came out, I kind of wanted for one of the killers to get away with it. You know what I mean? Like I really wanted that, and we didn't get it. And I think that would be a different, it would be new and fresh to have one of the killers actually get away with it, other than have killing one of the killers off, like killing all of them off. Like have one just like survive and win. You know, have one of the killers like be the winners in the end. I think that would be awesome. That's just an awesome idea. I'm losing it. Oh, oh well, see that thing, but I remember a version of that story of seeing in Las Vegas, but it wasn't a transgender. He had a condition where he was supposed to be a twin, but his egg absorbed the female twin's egg and had both DNA. Oh, yeah, I think Scream 6 will be a fan service, and Scream 7 will be them being allowed to finish off a trilogy regardless how poorly received 6 was. Exactly. And I feel like if they name this Scream 2, this next movie again, like we're basically gonna go through, you know, the whole, 4 movie and like so that means the next movie is gonna be Scream 3 again. Like Scream 7 is gonna be like Scream 3 again. Like if they do that, like with this film. Like if they do that, they just call it Scream 2 again or something. Or they call it like Scream the sequel or something like that. Then the next movie is gonna be what? Scream the trilogy. You don't want that, man. You just want it. You want to be creative. You don't want to be uncreative and just name it Scream 2. Like that means we got they got to go their own route. They got to go their own route. Like cannot mimic Wes Craven. There's only one Wes Craven. Cam TV, what's up, man? How's it going? Glad you're here. Thank you for the support. He said, "Do you think Michael will be a little smarter in end or more cautious?" Um, do I think Michael will be a little smarter in end or more cautious? I think that he'll probably be more cautious. Um, I mean, he's Michael Myers. I mean, he's usually more cautious, right? Uh, he might be a little more. He might be kind of both. I don't know. He might be a little smarter in this movie. Um, I guess we'll have to see. Uh, I would think that he would be more smarter. Like, okay. I mean, they might be fans, but they're dealing with a more version of the Weinsteins with the new executive. Exactly. Like we're dealing with the new Weinstein. Like what they did with what did they do? I think they were involved with Scream 3, I believe, right? And um, I think that's the reason why. Oh, it's because of the Combine shooting, but I remember the Weinsteins kind of had like a little like of a say, I think, in that movie. That's why there wasn't like as much blood. Well, I think there wasn't as much blood because of the Combine shooting, you know. But the Weinsteins, were a part of that, I believe. Gary Barber. I'm the community stoner. What's up, Angie? How's it going? Thank you for coming into the stream. I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Him right there, that's our stoner. Yeah, Blucka is our stoner. I've been trying to warn people that Radio Silence only has 2 or 3 original stories between their 2 writers in 30 years in the business. The rest of their stories are from material already made. Exactly. That's just my fear that they're gonna rehash all this stuff again. Like they're gonna rehash Scream 2 again. Then Scream 7 is gonna be a rehash of Scream 3 again. You know? And then what? Scream 8's gonna be another a rehash of Scream 4. Like it's just we can't do that, man. We gotta tell a whole new story. You know, you can't mimic Wes Craven. You just can't do it. There's only one Wes Craven, as I said. What up, Angie? Hi, Angie. In Scream 5, I was expecting a scene where they made fun of Karen's Karen as it was one of the biggest things to pop up on the internet between Scream 4 and 5. Hmm. Yeah, made fun of Karen's. Hmm. I don't. In Scream 5, when they all met talking about Stab, they should have had a line about the films getting derailed because of a pervert executive just to be a meta and come back to Scream 2. Exactly. I could understand like having a little bit of Easter eggs and all that, but like when you try to mimic a film like that's already exists, like you just can't do that, man. You gotta tell a whole new story. You can't, you know. It's one thing to have an Easter egg, but it's another thing to mimic somebody like Wes Craven. Like those small things are creative and not stuff that goes out of its way to be put in like Billy's daughter. Yeah, I don't even know how the hell why all of a sudden Salem is just randomly just his daughter. Like there was just basically no explaining, no nothing. They just said, "Oh well, that's just what it is." He's his father. He's her father. Like It's just what it is. We're not going to explain. Like, they didn't even explain. They didn't explain like how like who he was dating at the time. They didn't explain like how. Obviously we know in Scream 1996 he was cheating on Tatum, or not cheating on Tatum, cheating on Sydney. Excuse me. Um, and like, and I could see that. Yeah, because if he was cheating on Sydney, well, that means, but yeah, he's gonna, have another child, a child with another girl, obviously, right? But yeah, they just they just put Sam in there and just randomly just oh, he's her father. Billy's her father. Like, that's just what it is. That's what they basically decided that no explaining at all, man. They just I like that. I feel like a huge missed opportunity was killing Dewey off in the spot that they did. If they let him survive and take out Amber and have him die saving Gale or Sydney, would have been exactly. Yes, that's what I just. That's what I was talking to Coop about when he was in the stream. Like it was just me and him talking, and I told him that it would have meant more if he would have died saving Gale. You know what I mean? Like if he would have died, sacrificing his life for Gale, other than saving, you know, Tara and Sam. It didn't really mean nothing because he didn't save him. He didn't really save him because they were already in the elevator. So therefore, Dewey didn't have to go back. Like they were already in the elevator. So when they revealed Richie, if they're killer, it would be that more cold that Richie just left his partner to die for the plan. Oh yeah, no, it would have been better for sure. Maybe I just respect layers instead of this straightforward movie. Yeah. Steven says I would have expected no more sequels after 4, but they had to do it. The fear of Scream become a stab in its own way. Exactly. Um, that's the problem that I have. Like why would they make another? Like, this is my problem, right? Like, why would they, bring back Sydney and the OGs back in 5? Why would they do that? You know, they shouldn't have did that. They should have just said, we're just gonna let them. We're just, gonna move on. We're not even gonna bring them back. Just move on to this next generation. And they could have did that easily. They didn't have to bring them back. And then just kill Dewey off like the way they did. It seemed like they just brought him back just to kill him. That's what it seems like, and it just seems like had they not wrote him in the film, like all 3 of them, it just would have been. I think it would have been a better fit, honestly, because it's like Scream 4. I think Scream 4 should have been like the last like movie that Sydney was in. Personally, that's just me. I think Scream 4 should have. It was easily the last. It could have been easily the last one. You know that she was in. Like, you didn't have to bring her back because now look, we're in this mess. Now you're in this situation where because you didn't want to pay her enough, you know, to be in this movie. Well, now look, she's not going to come back. And she probably is done. She probably is not going to come back now. So now basically you have planned, to write her in for Scream 7. Basically, you got to do rewrites, you know, all that stuff. So that's why it would just been better if they just would have left. They said, we're gonna move off of Sydney, we're gonna move off of Gale, we're gonna move off of Dewey. We're just gonna write them off the film, and just start a whole new chapter. Like, they didn't have to bring them back, but they chose to. They just chose to because it was a tribute to Wes Craven. You know, but they didn't have to. They didn't have to. You know what I mean? Like, that's my opinion. Yeah, just seeing the saying attention to detail definitely wasn't describing radio silence. Oh, my bad. Who knows? Maybe there is more studio involvement beyond cuts and props. Yeah, I think Paramount Paramount's definitely involved with it too. I think a better idea was to leave the OGs out for a couple films and build up the survivor pool for a grand finale, and a couple films without the OGs would make the return that much more exciting. Exactly. Or they could have just said, "Hey, we're gonna write them off the film. We're just gonna write them off the film, and that's it. We're just gonna write them off. We're not gonna touch them. We're not gonna try to kill them. We're not gonna try to do none of that. We could just write them off. Let them, live their life and come back here and there, and every once in a while, and you know, maybe in every few years, when like they make a movie or something, like they could have, did something like that as opposed to killing them. There's better ways in my eyes to doing stuff. They could have easily just wrote them off the film. They didn't have to necessarily kill him. They didn't have to kill Dewey off. They could have just said, "Hey, Gail, Sydney, and Dewey, all three of them just gonna live their lives. You know, we're just gonna write them off the film. You know, and they're gonna come back here and there. As old people, like one, like that would have been so cool. Like, it's like they knew after Scream 4 that into the theaters for Scream 5 and rushed after bringing the OGs back and killing Dewey. Exactly. That's what I feel like too. I feel like they brought him back just to kill him. Like, I just feel that way. Like, I understand that, yeah, they wanted to come back because it was a tribute to Wes Craven. Okay, of course, you're gonna, you know, I understand that, but the fact that you just didn't really acknowledge Dewey or David Arquette, like Radio Silence didn't really acknowledge him like that. They just said, it is what it is. We're just gonna kill you off. Like, they didn't even really acknowledge him, really. You know what I mean? Like, you're talking about David Arquette. He's been in the films like for a while, like since 1996. Like, and you're not going to show the man any respect. That's what I feel like. That's just me, though. Well, all right, guys. Blucka, everybody. I think I'm gonna get off here. It was nice talking to everybody. I don't know if Val's there. I think everybody just left. That's totally fine. I'm about to sign off. Blucka, have a good night, man. Have a good night rest. Good night sleep. Everybody in the comment section, everybody in the chat, also, Val, Steven, you know, everybody that was here, Coop. Shout out to Coop. Uh, Thank you all for coming to support me. Um, I'm gonna be signing off now. Hopefully you guys, like I said, have a good night rest. Um, and yeah, guys, good night. Peace.